pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm good now. Can I have roll call, please, Jay?
Mr. Costick.
Here.
Mr. Wood.
Here.
Ms. Isabella.
Here.
Mr. Bosley.
Here.
Ms. Keltine is absent. Clerk is here. Mr. Favreau.
Here. Thank you. This is a work session, but it is going to be also a hybrid meeting. And we do have a public hearing regarding the mausoleum that will start at 6:05. I will hold off doing any supervisors' reports until after. Do we have any regular public comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and do a couple of resolutions and we will open up the public hearing. Resolution number 163, abstract 7A-26.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 7A-26 for $475,412.26, abstract 7A-26 prepays for the amount of $293,280.48 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second.
Tom, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 164, accept proposal from Precision Infrastructure Management for ADA ProWag assessment of right-of-way pedestrian facilities.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh has 15+ miles of existing sidewalks, and whereas there is a need to improve and expand pedestrian facilities throughout the town of Plattsburgh, and whereas Precision Infrastructure Management has provided a proposal for ADA ProWag assessment of right-of-way pedestrian facilities totaling $14,000, and whereas the town is a member of TIPS, which allows the town to procure these services, and whereas the town supervisor, town attorney, and highway superintendent have deemed the proposal and scope of work to be sufficient for the town's needs, now therefore be it resolved that the town of Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby accept the proposal and scope of services as submitted by Precision Infrastructure Management dated June 10, 2026. And it is further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreements for said services. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the Business Office, Highway Department, and Planning Department.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dan, any discussion? Just a reminder, everybody, this will basically map in GIS every inch of sidewalk that we have in the town and will provide us with a plan to fix, repair, prioritize, and it's going to be terrific to have the plan up should grant opportunities come along.
Absolutely.
Then we just have to come up with the money to,
Well, it's somewhere between $120 and $125 and $150 per foot to replace.
Yeah.
So, but yes, but we will. This is going to tell us what we need to replace.
In the most efficient way. Yeah.
Exactly. We'll put the money where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood.
yes.
Mrs. Isabella.
Yes.
Mr. Bosley.
Yes.
Mr. Costick.
Yes, resolution does carry. We're going to go ahead with the public hearing. Notice is hereby given the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board will meet and hold a public hearing thereon at the Town Hall located on Banker Road in the Town of Plattsburgh, Clinton County, New York, on Thursday, June 9, 2026 at 6:05 p.m. prevailing time in relation to the proposal of selling crypts and niches at the Plattsburgh Community Mausoleum. Can I accept a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Tom, can I have a second?
Second?
Dan, any discussion? Have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
Mrs. Zabella,
Yes.
Mr. Bosley,
Yes.
Mr. Costick.
Yes. We will open the public hearing at 6:05 PM. I just want to start off by saying, there's no statutory requirement to have this public hearing, but we did feel it best to open up to the public, and that this is a fairly dramatic change from the approach that we have taken previously with the mausoleum. So, saying that, I would like to first ask the town clerk if he has received any written comments to be read into the record.
Our office has received no written comments.
Nor has the supervisor's office. And Jay, I believe you wanted to say a few words to start, correct?
Just to kind of lay the framework for how we've gotten here and why we're here and what we're trying to contemplate as far as moving this particular facility into the future. And it's great to have somebody that has ownership in the mausoleum here. Mr. Gagnon, thank you for being here. It's as we all know, with cemeteries and with mausoleums, anywhere where it's a final resting place for an individual, it's a sacred place, and we want to treat it as such. And not that we haven't treated it as such, but this particular facility has had a lot of maintenance issues over the years, and it has, we must be keeping this going in perpetuity, which means basically forever, or at least 99 years, as the law states. And so in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have the resources to make sure that this facility is maintained over time, and that we can make the improvements to make it feel enjoyable while being there, and to make it a place where people feel like they really can come and celebrate the life of family members and loved ones and friends. And this particular facility has gone through quite a few iterations. It's been in town possession since 2020. And I can understand how overwhelming this being thrown onto this municipality, that responsibility. And it's taken some time to figure out the next steps, and that's what this board is contemplating doing, which is, I think, really appreciated by this community. So as we contemplate the future, we have ascertained there are a number of spaces still available, crypts as well as niches, that are free, are open, and that we would be able to put up for sale, so that we can continue to provide this service for the community, but also provide the town a stream of revenue to continue with its maintenance and upkeep. So as we've discussed through a few meetings now, the first step really is to obtain authorization by all of you to begin the sale of crypts and niches. We have a list of about a half dozen people that have expressed significant interest in purchasing. We have an imminent purchase of a niche within a month's time. And so I think, and that's without any advertising, and everyone in the community, I think, has the understanding that we haven't been selling. So I think as we entertain this idea of moving forward with selling, and whatever you decide as the best way of going forward, if we do authorize the sale, we would develop a public relations campaign to both get more buy-in from the community as far as helping guide the future of the mausoleum, not looking like we're just driving the bus, but that we're making sure, like tonight, making sure that we take the public's input into consideration. And there are people much more invested. I know we're invested as a municipality because we have this responsibility, but people that have been owners of space there for over many decades, they're invested as well. And we need to listen and hear their voices in how we move forward with the future of the mausoleum. So we need to contemplate the sales, beginning sales, and then after that we need to look at really a plan as to how to reevaluate the facility facility and how best to go into the future with maintaining it. And there's a number of different issues. We don't think we have to get into all those tonight, but that's why we really want the public's input, because there are some different pathways to go as far as how to maintain the facility. And I think it's going to be a really good idea to get an engineer's evaluation of the facility. But the public input is going to be just as valuable. And that's why tonight is valuable. And as we move forward and you go through your evaluation, getting as much input from the people that are really invested is most important. I don't know if there are any other thoughts, Chuck, as far as.
Well, I would just check a couple of boxes for us, just so everybody's aware. Jay has contacted, touched base with the State Division of Cemeteries to ensure that from their side we are good to sell. We are. We have worked with our insurance company, Northern Insuring, to verify that we are good to go. They have verified that we're good to go. Jennifer, our finance manager, has checked with the comptroller's office and has also checked with our auditing firm to determine how we account for the funds coming in. Those boxes have been checked. That's all been verified.
Because this is really the only basically commercial sales that the town will be engaged in. Everything else is really deemed services or, in lieu of type transactions, but this is really a commercial sale. So it's really kind of breaking the mold on how we have operated as a municipality in the past.
Yeah, but the auditors were familiar with it, as was the comptroller's office. There was a thought at one point we may have to set up a separate enterprise account to take in the monies, but we're not going to need to do that with the auditors. The auditors, they're saying that we're fine to go like we are. So we've checked a lot of boxes. I would also be remiss, or shouldn't say just me, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the help that we've received from Mitch Maggie, from, why is it escaping me, the funeral home?
R.W. Walker.
R.W. Walker. R.W. Walker Funeral Home. Mitchell we've been under contract with Mitch for a number of years now to do the entombments, et cetera, for us. But he has been vital in helping us work in this direction to make sure that we were, ready to start these sales. He and his mother, Barb, probably have the most intimate knowledge of that facility that there is as far as available spaces, et cetera. We are working through determining all of that. And I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention the amount of work that Jay has put in time and effort in looking at this process. And as everybody knows, we have a new facilities manager who really is, grabbed hold over there, is really stepping forward to make sure that we're doing the very best we can with the facilities. We actually have facility person over there this week painting because there was some of the paint that was peeling down inside, and really taking the steps to make sure that the care that building really needs, the building's getting.
Erica and I were at an entombment yesterday, so we kind of watched that process of opening a crypt and having someone entombed. So that's the first time that I've seen and that she has seen the actual process.
Yep.
But it gives us a window into how what the structure looks like inside, and the kind of maintenance that is needed, and the kind of things that could possibly go wrong, some of the things that have gone wrong. And I agree with you, Chuck. Erica's done a terrific job at spotting the things that we've talked about over the last 6-9 months of the things that need repair, and she's really had a good eye in repairing those. I've just met with a possible provider of services for replacing tile that is broken on the floor. There's some on the back wall of the east wing. There's some decaying. So these are things that are just ongoing that need to be addressed, and certainly having additional revenue will help with that, so.
At one point, there was a Friends of the Mausoleum
There
group.
certainly
Is there
was.
still a Friends of the Mausoleum
There
group?
is not, and that is another part of this public engagement, is to get the public to be engaged. There was actually only one meeting of the previous Friends of the Mausoleum. They met once, I think it was in 2022. But we want to resurrect that and get an actual public community committee together to be able to bounce these ideas off of and
Okay.
to get buy-in on that, so.
I mean, I personally, my personal input with this is, I feel very good about the direction we're going with it. I think, you know, it's the right thing to do for the community, it's the right thing to do for the facility, and, you know, I think we might be a little bit overdue in doing some of what we're doing here, so, I do feel good about it, and I think we are moving in the right direction.
Sleeping,
Yeah,
just gone out the door.
anybody else have anything?
Well, I would just say, in all the years that I've lived in the town and or the city and driven by that on a regular basis up by the mausoleum, I've never really thought twice about it, other than it was just a building. You know, set off the road and kind of looked like it was in a dumpy, swampy, grassy area. And I think this past weekend, I was by, and it had a shine to it. It had a welcoming, it was cleaned up, it was neat, it looked tidy, it looked good. So kudos to you, Jay. We had this discussion many, many months ago, in a meeting about doing that, and I think it has come a significantly farther distance than what I would have thought, and it looks really good. And I think to the taxpayers, for us to be able to sell these and to be able to reach out and say, hey, you know, we're looking for input, because it could be a benefit to you, loved one's family, but without adding a burden to the town for the upkeep and the furtherance of growing that and adding more upkeep. So yeah, I love the concept, and I think the building is starting to really come to life and shine as a place to celebrate loved ones who've passed, so.
Well, I'd
Thank
be remiss, Dan, thank you for those comments, but Tony and Brian of the facilities department have been, you know, really diligent under Erica's new leadership, so they're the ones physically making it
It
making
shows,
it shine,
like,
so, yeah.
really does.
Yeah, appreciate
So-
that whole team's efforts for sure.
For the last decade and a half, this has been a major issue and was forced upon us. But I think the steps that we're taking now will advance us forward, and this is progress. There were different ideas. This is the way I think we should go.
And I agree, Tom, I think it's time that we embrace it and accept that it's ours and treat it with the due respect that it deserves.
And I do wanna go on record with appreciation, Jay, for you taking the leadership on this project and seeing what, we could do to better serve our community through the mausoleum. Thank you.
I appreciate it, thank you.
I'm gonna leave the hearing open for just a little bit longer, just in case anybody else comes in. We'll do a couple of resolutions. So, resolution number 165, Everest Avenue Park Soccer Field Drainage Improvements, 2027 Seeker Determination, New York Kicks Grant.
Did you bring your pajamas and your popcorn?
It's a long one.
It's a long one. Whereas the town board of the town of Plattsburgh has, before it is known, the project is known, Everest Rabidou Park Soccer Field Drainage Improvements 2027, public park improvement project to install drainage tile to restore 4 soccer fields and connect drainage to the existing stormwater system along Oswego Lane, zoned LC, tax map parcel 201.8-3-2. Owner is Town of Plattsburgh, engineer is AEDA, and secret determination. And whereas Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Law, State Environmental Quality Review Act, provides for the review of any action to determine the effect of the action on the environment, along with any related administrative procedures for the implementation, authorization, or approval of the action. And whereas Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Law provides for an involved agency to review any action for the purposes of determining the effect of that action on the environment. Whereas the town board has received and reviewed the site plan, maps, plans, and secret Part 1 short form EAF, and additional information provided to supplement and clarify the same. And whereas the town board conducted a detailed and comprehensive environmental review of the project to determine whether there was a significant impact which would require the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement. Now therefore be it resolved that at the meeting, the town board has reviewed the Part 2 EAF and has not identified any moderate to large adverse environmental impacts. And be it further resolved that the town board does hereby determine that the project is an unlisted action in accordance with said environmental review procedures, and a coordinated review will not be done. And be it further resolved that the town board, acting as the lead agency in a secret review, does hereby receive and place on file the subdivision, site plan, maps, plans, completed EAF, and other related materials submitted. And be it further resolved that the town board has reviewed the project materials and supplemental documents referenced above and does hereby find and determine the following. A, the access and traffic proposed in the project were reviewed and found acceptable. B, the proposed impervious area in the project plan is not significant and or will be managed in compliance with town and state regulations. And C, the erosion and sedimentation from the development and water quality during such development will be properly controlled by the existing stormwater facilities. And it is further resolved that the project does not, A, involve a substantial adverse change in existing air quality, ground or surface water quality, traffic or noise levels, solid waste production, potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems. B, involve the removal and destruction of large quantities of vegetation or interference with plant and animal life or impacts on significant habitat area. Substantial adverse impacts on a threatened or endangered species of a plant or animal, or the habitat area of such species or other significant adverse impacts to natural resources. C, conflict with the town's current plans or goals for the area where the project is located. D, impair the character or quality of the neighborhood. E, represent a major change in the use of energy. F, create any hazards to human health. G, represent a substantial change in the use of the land. H, significantly increase the number of people who would come to the site absent such development. Or I, impair the environmental characteristics of the area. And it is further resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh, after review of the said site plan maps, plan, completed EAF, and related materials, does hereby determine as lead agency for the secret review process that the project will not have a significant effect on the environment. Therefore, preparation of a draft environmental impact statement is not required. And be it further resolved that the town board does hereby declare that the project and environmental review process considered for the development does adequately and sufficiently satisfy the requirements of the State Environmental Quality Review Act for the project. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to other involved agencies who may be reviewing the project for their records and files, and that the attached negative declaration notice of determination of non-significance be filed accordingly. And be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does hereby authorize and direct the supervisor to prepare and execute a notice of no significant environmental impact negative declaration for this project. And be it further resolved that a notice of no significant environmental impact negative declaration shall be disseminated to those involved agencies and governmental units as required by said environmental conservation law and local law of the town of Plattsburgh, and all related materials shall be maintained on file at the town hall offices and available for public inspection.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move.
Tom, do I have a second?
Second?
We'll give that one to Dan. Any discussion? Just a quick reminder, this is part of the KICS grant to upgrade the storm water and runoff and drainage at the fields over at the Champlain Park, Rec Park. Sorry, Jay, planning said you had to read it all into the record, so.
That's all right.
Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
Ms. Isabella,
Yes.
Mr. Bosley,
Yes.
Mr. Costick.
Yes, so carries. We'll go back and close out the public hearing quick. Notice is hereby given that the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board will meet and hold public hearings thereon at the Town Hall located on the Banker Road in the Town of Plattsburgh, Clinton County, New York, on Thursday, June 9, 2026 at 6:05 p.m. prevailing time in relation to the proposal of selling crypts and niches at the Plattsburgh Community Mausoleum. Did the town clerk receive any written communications to be read into the record?
We received no written comments.
As did the supervisor's office, did not receive any. Do I have anyone here for public comment? Do I have anyone here for public comment? Do I have anyone here for public comment? Seeing none, I would seek a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second?
Dan, any discussion? Seeing none, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood? Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. Isabella?
Yes.
Mr. Bosley?
Yes.
Mr. Costick?
Yes, the public hearing is closed at 6:27 p.m. Thank you. Resolution number 166, request for approval of road name CV Tech Lane.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh has received a request to designate the name CV Tech Lane for a newly constructed roadway associated with the development of a new Champlain Valley Educational Services, CVES, BOCES Career and Technical Education Center. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Plattsburgh Town Board hereby approves the designation of the newly constructed roadway as CV Tech Lane to be added to the official Clinton County road name list upon its completion. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be given to Champlain Valley Educational Services, the Clinton County Emergency Preparedness Office, and the town of Plattsburgh Highway Superintendent.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dan, do I have a second?
Second.
Dana. This is the road that basically should go into the new Airport Industrial Park. If you go around the roundabout, you go in Douglas Boulevard, you go around the roundabout, and then the new road points over to see the new CV Tech building. Once it was known that this was gonna be a new road, we threw it over to CV Tech to determine what they wanted for a name. That's roughly a $23 million building that's going up over there, and I would encourage, while I'm talking to everybody quick about it, I have been over there for a walkthrough. If we get an opportunity to go through a walkthrough, you need to go over and take a walkthrough, because they've done an absolutely amazing job. And I'm glad that we've been able to support them with this. To my knowledge, they did get a temporary certificate of occupancy today. It's been a little bit of a haul to get there, but I think we made it today. We have one more box to check, and I think they got it. With that said, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 167, part-time temporary laborer hire for Parks and Recreation Department, Noah Thayer.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter from Aaron Pangborn, Youth Services and Recreation Director, requesting to hire a seasonal worker, and whereas Noah Thayer, at $17 per hour, be appointed to said position of part-time temporary laborer when all employment verification and eligibility provisions have been satisfied, with a start date of July 13, 2026, and an end date of August 14, 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to sign all necessary documents to hire seasonal temporary help in the Parks and Recreation Department, and a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, the Clinton County Civil Service Department of Personnel, and a copy be placed in Mr. Thayer's personnel file.
Could I have a
So
motion?
moved.
Tom, have a second.
Second.
Dana, any discussion?
Yeah, I think this is a great hire, not just from a really great family, but the fact that he's a standout in track and field will help keep this department running in the right direction.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 168, July 2026, budget amendment.
Whereas the town may need to amend the 2026 budget to reflect changes in revenues and expenditures during the year. And whereas the budget amendments will be offset from existing fund balance or additional revenues, therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh authorize the following budget amendment as attached. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second.
Tom, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 169, capital project opening and initial funding.
Whereas the town board previously approved funds from the general fund to cover the expenditures for the capital project BMG Phase 2 during the normal budget process, and whereas the town board approved the bid for capital project BMG Phase 2A, now therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the opening of a capital fund H40 for the capital project BMG Phase 2A by the initial transfer of $500,000 in June 2026, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and planning department.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second?
Dan. Just a reminder, this is all budgeted. This is just the initial funds moving over. If you haven't been over to the BMG, it's moving along nicely. Reminder too that we are working with the assemblyman on $300,000 appropriation from the assembly. That one actually was initiated by Assemblyman Jones, but Assemblyman Cashman's office is working through the process with the planning department with it. Any further discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
Mrs. Abella,
Yes.
Mr. Bosley,
Yes.
Mr. Costick.
Yes. Carries. Resolution number 170, amending resolution 024-190, contract with AES Northeast for engineering design of BMG Phase 2A-M2B.
Whereas the town board of the town of Plattsburgh adopted resolution 24-190, accepting the scope of services and costs for the Battlefield Memorial Gateway Phase 2 design and construction management. And whereas resolution number 24-190 only included a portion, $127,300, of the cost due to a clerical error. And whereas the total cost should have been $208,800, which was included in the original proposal date, August 8th, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does hereby authorize the business office to amend the purchase order to reflect the $208,800 as detailed in the work authorization letter dated August 8th, 2024. And it is further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be provided to the business office and planning and community development department.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second?
And any discussion? Money was allocated, budgeted, it was simply clerical error with the resolution, that's all. It's corrected that, and if you remember, we went out to bid, we didn't get any bids in '25, that's why it's carried from '24 to '26, because nothing happened with it in '25, so. could I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
Mrs. Abella.
Yes.
Mr. Bosley,
Yes.
Mr. Costa.
Yes, so carries. Rest of the resolutions that you have in your packet are draft materials for next week, which would be a regular meeting. Delaware River Solar, Penny Blake site plan, environmental fee. There probably is gonna be an additional one with this particular project. As part of our solar law, we have to, as a board, accept their decommissioning plan, which they provided today, so we will have that ready to go. We also have the abstract in there, minutes, and then a resolution to support the Michigan Fest. A few things from supervisor's report. I was over last night with Highway. They started milling Smithfield Boulevard down on the Route 3 end. You wanna talk about an all-out effort. Every one of our people, just about every piece of equipment that we own was over in that area when they started that, along with 4 trucks with drivers from the town of Beekman to help us out with that. So the millings actually, they mill them into the truck. The miller actually goes at 50 feet a minute. So in several minutes, you would have a truck full. The trucks actually ran the millings over to the trade road, over to the asphalt plant, joint line, who's buying the millings back from us, dumped there and then back. So quite the operation. That will be going on again tonight. And then at 4 o'clock on Monday morning, they will start paving. They should be done paving by the end of the afternoon on Tuesday. So quite the project. But huge. It was just great to see everybody working together. It was quite the project. We did meet Sand Road Water District is going forward. They're gonna be going out to plan on that, et cetera. We had a meeting on that yesterday. Vestibule, to remind everybody, it got pushed to 8-3, but that will start on 8-3. You're not gonna be able to park at this end, the north end. You have to park on the south parking lot and come in the side door. There will be signage up for the general public. Depending on the length of the project, we do have contingency plans for school tax season, just in case it isn't back open, because that window does get a lot of use over there during tax season, but we actually have contingency plans in place to use another window on this side of the building if necessary. So a lot going on with that. Just to remind everybody, the Michigan Fest on 8/1, tons of stuff going on. We will have a news conference on it on Tuesday next week. But a lot going on and just a great group, and that's gonna be a fun day on the 1st of August. And just to let everybody know, Erica's up to speed and is really just doing a great job for us. Very pleased with the direction she's taken everything. So lots of boxes getting checked already, and we're seeing a difference, and it's really moving things forward. That's all I had. Do we have any committee reports?
I'd just like to piggyback on what you just said. Also reminding people that it's Michigan Month.
Yep.
So get out there to
quota already.
all 5 of them?
Well, and
Have you
that's,
been to all 5? Have you filled out your passport?
I don't need a passport. I just go and eat.
Oh, okay.
All right, to all 5 of them. And people can come in and purchase t-shirts here at the town hall, just going to the planning department. And this year, funds from those shirts go to the BMG Memorial Gateway.
Yep.
The other thing that I'd like to piggyback off of that Chuck was talking about is, thank you so much, Chuck, for doing the Facebook posts on going out to see the highway department, going out to see the water department. You know, I think it's great to kind of let even, I know not everybody's on Facebook, but to let everybody know what's happening with our departments out there on a regular basis, and you're just doing a great job with that part of it, so keep it up.
It's a lot of fun being out there with those guys.
You
I
did
just-
it
I
with-
want a good picture of you in the Michigan t-shirt too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jess?
yeah.
you
Yeah.
did it with you went out on
Well,
the highway.
I was out with water a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
We're doing manhole replacement over in the mall, so,
Next time you go, I'll get you a good Canadians hat to wear.
thanks. Not.
So really, I think that's, really what I wanted to say were those two things, and thank you, again, for really doing a great job of letting everybody know what the town is up to. We get the opportunity to work with an incredible group of people.
Yep, there's just a lot of moving parts all the time that until I really got into this position, I didn't necessarily understand what all the moving parts are, but there are a lot of moving parts every day. It's fun. Any other committee reports? I would see the need to go into executive session very short to discuss the work history of one individual. If I could have a motion.
So moved.
Dana, do I have a second?
Second?
Dan, could I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Wood? Mr. Wood?
Executive session.
Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Ms. Isabella?
Yes?
Mr. Bosley?
Yes.
Mr. Costick?
Yes, we'll enter executive session at 6:42, no action to be taken.
Mr. White, just so you're aware, once this meeting is done, I'm on vacation for the week, so I will not be here next week.
Okay.
Get that